Hello gamers, today I will be ranking the characters to answer the question of who needs the next skill tree. Most characters already do have skill trees, but there are still a few that have been left out, and then I'll probably rank the ones that already have skill trees on the basis if they need it or not, I don't know. On to pre-recorded me. I'll be ranking them on this fine little scale of S, which is they definitely don't need a skill tree, they are plenty powerful, and it'd just be a waste. I feel like even Wolfgang didn't need one, they just gave him a lame one. And then F is they need one immediately. And in the middle is like they could go without it, or it could go either way. So let's begin. First of all, characters that definitely don't need a skill tree is Maxwell and Wanda. These guys are fine. There's no need. And I feel like even if they did get one, it would just be super lame anyway, so what's even the point? Now, I will say for Maxwell, I do hope they give him a super broken one, because that'd be hilarious. They give him, and they should give him some dumb stuff. I want shadow boat rowers and shadow hammerers, but that is just because they're dumb. And I genuinely don't know what Wanda's skill tree could be. Before skill trees were a thing, she had one of the most unique kits. Well, unique, can only use 2 things that are unique to her. But even teleporting and stuff has gone to a bunch of different characters, so I don't even know. But yeah, I guess they should probably give her weapons that aren't just alarming clock, because it is kind of boring. But moving down the list, we've got, I'd put probably Wicker in, is pretty powerful. Oh yeah, also Maxwell and Wicker share books. Well, Maxwell takes all her books. But yeah, I don't know, I just don't think she needs one. She's got plenty of powerful farms and stuff, and all of her books are really good. And she's even the best at farming darts, which is super awesome. Yeah, there's really not much to say. I feel like everybody's kind of in agreement. If she got one, that'd be good, obviously. If any character got one, that was cool, but, I don't know. She's probably fine. In the middle, I am actually going to put Wes. I think Wes probably doesn't need a skill tree right now. I think he should stay a joke terrible character, or they should make him kind of good. One idea I saw that I thought was kind of cool was using his unluck to, help his teammates. I don't know, maybe drawing aggro easier from enemies, or diverting lightning from them or something. I don't know how that would really work, but also that just kind of sounds dumb. If you're playing alone, what is really the point? Which they could tie that in with he's just a bad character on purpose, he makes more hound attacks attack him. He could be both a challenge and a help, which I think would be cool. But if they make him an actually good character, I would be pretty upset, because saying that why even have him in the game if he doesn't do anything. The scout role would go to Walter already. I just don't think he does anything other than be funny. So yeah. Anyways, C tier is characters who they do kind of need a skill tree. There's not really that much now that I'm looking at it. But Weber kind of does need a skill tree. Wirt, in my opinion, already completely outclassed Weber, not even close. If you want to play Weber, just play Wirt. Now, there are a couple arguments that Weber is a faster army getter, which is definitely true, but the power of Merms cannot be understated. Merms will literally shred any boss in this entire game. No contest, except for maybe Phase 2 Field Weaver. But literally they can beat Enraged Claws, so why would I ever play at Weber whose armies get wiped? I think Wirt didn't need a skill tree either, and I'll probably do that after I rank these characters who already have one. But yeah, Weber just, I mean, he's kind of bad. I don't know what they could give him, though. More spiders is an idea, but he already has so many unique types that are just pointless that it's not even, you get warriors, and you get spitters, and you get nurses. I don't know. I think easier ways to transform spiders would be cool, and maybe some sort of, well, I don't know. They already didn't decorate. I don't know what they can give over, but they can certainly figure something out. Now, in F tier, well, there's one more character, but he's not on the list. I have to scroll down and mess up my screen, but yeah, Warley, I think we all know this. I think Warley is the worst character in the entire game that isn't Wes, because obvious. I used to think Walter was pretty bad, but I actually played him, and I made a video on him, which you should go watch, because it's doing really bad right now, and I'm making the slop video to help. But yeah, I actually enjoyed playing Walter. I thought he was pretty good. His skill tree is really weird, it's only focused on one aspect of his kit. But even if they did that to Warley, just make his dishes more impactful. Because what do you play Warley for? You play him for the dishes. And of all of them, there's one that's really good, which is Volt Goat, Schaufroid, whatever it is. That one's excellent. But is it really worth playing Warley over it when you can just swap to him, make the dish, and swap off? And I think not. He's the de facto swap character because nobody wants to play with his downside. And if you do, then like that's cool, but then that you're playing for his downside, you're not playing for his dishes either way. Like there's some, I think it's called fish cordon bleu, where it like switches, it makes you completely immune to wetness. That's awesome. But Ibrella already does that, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I guess if you drowned a lot, but then like just don't drown. I feel like every single thing he has a dish for can just be easily mitigated no matter what. Hold on, there's one more character I gotta get. That is WX78. I think WX, honestly, I am inclined to put them in A tier. Ooh, I don't know if I put them in B or A, actually. Because I main WX, right? I like WX. Well, WX and Maxwell. Conveniently, neither of them have skill trees. Isn't that fun? But I actually don't know. I think WX is a underrated masterpiece. He's actually a hidden gem. Because WX is perfect at ruins rushing, which is super fun because I love rushing the ruins. And I love it when it's easier because I don't like the clockwork guys. Unfortunately, that is not really that impressive a skill. Like, characters that are already good are also good at ruins rushing, like Maxwell, Wanda, Wolfgang. They're already better. But I like WX, and I like going fast. And I think his circuit loadouts are also pretty unique. Like, I don't know how they could necessarily change that, because it already kind of is a skill tree if you think about it. But everybody just goes speed, speed, speed. I think it would be funny if WX had some sort of, like, he could switch out his, or they, I guess, could switch out their circuit boards in order to, like, change the effects of what circuits are plugged in, if that makes sense. Like, if you have a planar circuit board and you put in speed, you get some additional effect, but if you have, like, the shadow one, then you get a different effect, and you can void walk again. Please bring that back. But yeah, I don't know what really they could do. I feel like WX would be fine without one, because gear eating is unironically the best perk, one of the best perks in the entire game. Because you can eat food that doesn't spoil, and you get more health than a pierogi, and you eat it faster. I think that is broken beyond belief. But when the skill tree probably comes out, it'll be like Scrap Eater 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Gear Eater 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Electric Dude, Dad Eater 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can now eat frazzled wires at the end. I think this is the end of all the characters that do not have one right now. I'm looking at the list, making sure. I guess Wonky. Oh, let me put Wonky. No, don't give Wonky a skill tree. Wonky's dumb. But now, because this video is kind of short, and I would make it short, but I don't want to make it short. That's kind of lame. Whatever. Let me rank the characters that already have a skill tree based on if they needed one. Where is he? Wormwood? I think Wormwood needed one. I think Wormwood kind of sucked. Now, I didn't ever play Wormwood, but that's because I didn't want to, because they sucked. And now I still don't, but that's just because I don't like Wormwood. I think Wirt definitely did not need one. Wirt was super powerful. Worm Warriors were pretty much invincible, so now giving them a second life makes them, like, invincible squared. And, like, you could really just farm out any boss, and her skill tree, other than just buffing her merms a lot, didn't really do anything for the character itself. You could say, oh, well, she's like more of a warrior now with all the survivability perks, and that's great, but she already got increased stats. So what's really the point with that? Walter definitely needed one. Even more than, no, not more than Warley. Warley sucks. Walter really needed one. Walter's damage was lackluster. His slingshot was bland. And Wobby was not that great. Wobby's still not that great, and his slingshot is pretty bland. But the attachments and stuff they added to him is really good. And the best perk of all is the one that just lets you make more ammo. Because, like, that is the only thing holding his slingshot back, was just you couldn't ever make ammo with it. I'm pretty indifferent on Winona. I think there's an argument to be made for her being boring and a swap character, but also kind of OP. I think with this skill tree, she's super duper powerful, but like you could convince me either way. It's surely not as one-sided as Wirt, and I think the like Wrangler remote she got, like the TF2 one, that's pretty cool. And giving her teleporters was fun. No dispensers is kind of a letdown, but that's whatever. Yeah, Winona was okay. Planar Strike is broken though. Wilson is the like patient zero of skill trees, and I think, well, he was kind of a mid-character. This is kind of a character ranking now that I think about it. It was actually disguised. But yeah, this is before skill trees. Once all the characters get skill trees, I am going to make them a little list of who needed ones. But, well, maybe, I don't know, Wilson being a simple character kind of works. If he needed one or didn't need one. I'm going to be honest, I don't think Wilson needed one, because then nobody else would get skill trees, and I think skill trees are kind of dumb. I They open more complex boss designs apparently, but that's just not what I've seen. Wartalks, same as WX really. Wolfgang is obviously a no. Woody is a yes. Woody sucked. Luckily his skill tree is really good to balance this out. Willow, I didn't really play Willow, I'm gonna be honest. Willow was not that great, I guess. I don't think she was as bad as Wilson, but this is also just like a meta answer. Then there will be no skill trees. Wendy was fine. Wendy's fine. Even now, Wendy's fine. I mean, his skill tree, I've heard, is really powerful, but like, Wind isn't powerful nowadays. And Wigfrid, I think Wigfrid is fine. Yeah, this is my final list. If you remove the characters that already have skill trees that I just ranked, I think the ones that need it the most are definitely Warley and definitely Weber. Well, not definitely Weber, indefinitely Weber. Yeah, I just hope they buff Warley, because I did a playthrough with one of my friends, and all he did the entire time was complain that he picked Warley because the downside was annoying. And I think even worse than a hard to deal with downside is an annoying one. And even to balance this out, technically, he does have the most DPS, but that's for one season. So for 2.5 hours, he's the best character in the game in terms of damage, but these conditions are still pretty specific. Like, it needs to be heavy rain, you need to have a dark sword, you need to be playing Warley, but you could just, the problem with this is the same with Winona, where you could just carry over his buff to a better character, so what is the point of staying as him? Some people like the grind and the payoff, but then just play Wirt or something. Yeah, he's just sad. I didn't even give him the shipwright thing of being able to get more out of dishes, which is so stupid. Yeah, so thanks for watching. I hope if this slop video does better, I will be quite upset because YouTube seems to be solved.